Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new version of my world of metaphysics. This is where I'm going to be doing live rituals. Today, we're going to do the put your name in sea salt water. And this is something that I get a lot of questions about, a lot of comments. So we're going to go through this very quickly, the ritual, and then I'm going to answer some common questions a lot of people may have. Now, if you're joining in on the comment section, go right ahead and join in, but this is just for the ritual demonstration. Now, this is to put your name in sea salt water, okay? And the reason for doing this technique is basically to remove barriers, remove blockages, anything that's around you that could be stopping you from manifesting whatever it is that you want. Again, whatever we see started from within. So this right here is working on yourself, working within to release things that could be around your energy, around who you are, who you identify yourself to be, to open the doors for good things to come in. Now, a lot of people are doing this technique, and again, it's very simple. The best time to do this technique is usually at night, right before going to bed, so you are sleeping on whatever it is that you've done. Now, at the end of this demonstration, I will go over some common questions people ask about this ritual. Again, this is put your name in sea salt water, okay? And again, this is powerful, but remember everyone, the real power comes from within. So now, what are you going to need? You're going to need sea salt, okay? And a lot of people are asking, Yvette, can I use table salt? Can I use Himalayan salt? Listen, sea salt is the best. This is what I'm teaching. But if you only have table salt, please let it be the most purest table salt. But yes, we use sea salt. Another question I get is, Yvette, can I use seawater? If you want to use seawater, then please make sure it's very clear, not dirty, not murky. The best thing to do is to go buy some sea salt. And then the next thing you're going to need is some water. This is all you're going to need. And some type of paper. Now, the paper that you're going to use is just a paper that you're going to write your name, and if you want to add to it, your date of birth. You can even write little comments like clear barrages, clear blockages, clear barriers, open the way, whatever, something simple, and you can put that on here too, okay? This is all you need to release and let go, okay? Again, whatever it is that's blocking you, we need to let that go subconsciously so that it can remove the barriers and then welcome in nothing but abundance. Now, what kind of paper are you going to use? The last time I did this, I used parchment paper. Now, for me doing this ritual, I would use the parchment paper, which is very powerful and pure, but something that you can use that actually helps with this technique can be toilet paper. Why? Because toilet paper dissolves very easy. It's meant to dissolve, okay? And we really want to dissolve our problems, okay? And again, this is a technique, okay? Another thing you can use is a piece of paper towel, okay? So there's a lot of things that you can use for this technique. But if I had to pick again what paper to use, I think I might use toilet paper. Now, the next thing you're going to need is something to write on with. And it could be a pen, that's okay. It could be a pencil, but remember, it's going to be in water. So for me, I like to use a permanent marker. Why? Because at the same time, if you're using toilet paper, it will keep the paper intact, okay? If you're using paper towels, it also will keep it intact because it doesn't really harm whatever you're writing on, okay? So I usually use a Sharpie, a permanent marker. So now, that's all you need for this, okay? And the other thing is, do this while you're alone, do this while you're at peace, do this while you can concentrate on the ritual. This is not something that you do fast and you just rush and it's done and oh my God, when is it going to happen, Yvette? So That's not that's not how we do this technique. Again, this is live, everyone. Okay? If you want anything from my New Age store, there's a QR code in the corner, okay, that you can actually scan and go buy spiritual products, okay? Whether we're talking about candles, sage, incense, everything is there. Okay, so now what are you going to do? You are going to, okay, you could do this either before or after. It's up to you. But you can take some sea salt, not a lot, maybe just a teaspoon, and sprinkle it in your container. Okay? No more than that, okay? Then what you're going to do, you can either put the water in here at this time or wait, okay? It is really up to you how you want to do this. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take whatever you're going to write on, okay? And today we're going to use the toilet paper, okay? And you're going to write your name, your full birth name, or the full name that you go by right now. So let's just say it's my name, Yvette Risher, or if you're married, it could be Kim, Billy, Simone, whatever, I don't know. Your first name, your middle name, your last name. If you want to use your maiden name also, put it in there. It's what you identify yourself as right now, because this is the energy we're going to clear, the energy. Or you could just use your birth name. For me, my name is my birth name, and I'm going to write that on the paper, on the toilet paper. So another thing, while you're doing this, I need you to be calm. I need you to be peaceful. I need you to think about only what it is that you want to happen. So if you want to remove barriers to get married, or if you want to remove barriers to actually manifest more financial success, or open a business, or write books, or whatever, see yourself as already having it. You can even talk it out like, thank you, God, for blessing me with removing my barriers out of my life, removing my barriers so that my business can flourish, my finances can improve. I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. And you could say things like that, and you can take your time doing this, but it's going to be looking like this, okay? This is not my date of birth, so this is what it's going to look like on the toilet paper, something very simple like this, okay? So now, where are we going with this? As you're doing this, you're still going to sit there. You can visualize a mountain crumbling down. You can visualize the doors opening up and you walking out into the sunlight. You can visualize you having a successful business. You can visualize you finding the love of your life. Whatever it is, you can just visualize whatever it is that you desire while you're doing this. Now, you can even say something out loud like, thank you, God, for blessing me with removing the barriers. At this point, at this time in my life, I release whatever is no longer for me. I release whatever it is I've been holding on since my childhood, since my teenage years, since my young adult years. I no longer need it. Whatever it is that's not for me any longer, I am releasing it. I am releasing it so that I can open the doors to a better life, open the doors to successful business, to open the doors for the love of my life, or a better relationship, or financial freedom. Whatever it is that you want, you're going to say that at this time. And you're going to say, as I put my name in this salt water, I am dissolving whatever barriers are within me. I am letting it go. I am releasing it. This is no longer part of my life. This is what I state, and it is so. So you're going to do something like that. And again, please use your own words, because this is what's going to make it powerful. You're going to take it, you're going to put it in the bowl where you have the salt, okay? And you're going to keep thinking about what it is that you want, and you're going to pour the water on top of the paper, okay? And it's going to look like this. Now, you can mix it with your finger if you want to, or a spoon, however you want to do it. But you're going to mix it, And you're going to still sit here. You can hold it and imagine whatever it is that you want, and imagine whatever it is that you feel like could be blocking you. You could just imagine black smoke leaving you, or black smoke leaving the jar, or your whole aura radiating with white light. Whatever you want to do, you can still imagine yourself being financial free, or being free, or just being happy. Now, what did you just do? The paper represents you. It represents you as your physical being. The water represents your emotions. And what does water do? Water cleanses, it cleans. Now, the sea salt water represents cleansing, protection, purification. And what are you doing? You're purifying yourself in a spiritual realm, okay? So you're doing this and setting this out. So you're really working on within to manifest things on the outside. So now, what are you going to do with this? I would say put it somewhere safe, like on a nightstand or under your bed, whatever you want to put it safely, where the kids don't get to it, the animals don't get to it. It could be on top of your refrigerator, wherever, in your private bathroom. Keep it somewhere safe. And every day, I want you for 7 days to go back and hold it and just say, I am releasing whatever it is out of my life. This is done. It's over. And it is so. Whatever you want to say, just pay attention to it for 7 days. Now, people might be asking Yvette, like, what do we do with this when this is over? Now, there's a couple of things that might happen. The water might dissolve, okay? Because there's time frames that we can do this. 7 days, or we can do this for 24 hours, or we can do this for the 28 days. Now, when you're doing it for 24 hours, it's basically just to put the intent out there, to set the stage, to release whatever it is that's holding you back. When you do it for 7 days, you are really sitting there saying, hey, look, this is done. This is over. I'm going to concentrate on this for a whole week, and I'm going to let it go. When you do this for 28 days, you're saying, I really want to clear out my aura. I really want to clear things out. So listen, it's up to you, and it's up to your belief how long you want to do this. A lot of people say just do it for 24 hours. Again, in my videos, I say at least 7 days. But if you really into this, you can do it for 28 days. Leave it on your altar and just 28 days. Now, another thing, the next question is basically, what do you do with this after it's over? Now, depending on what paper you use and how long you're doing this. If you're doing it for 7 or 28 days, okay? If you're using toilet paper, believe me, the toilet paper is going to be dissolved. Once the paper dissolves, it's over. I don't care if it's 7 days, 3 days, 4 days. Once the paper dissolves, it's over. When it breaks up and there's basically nothing there, it's over. Now, if you're using like paper like this paper right here, what do you call, that might last a little longer. Parchment paper is not going to dissolve, okay? So these types of paper, the water might dissolve before the paper. So in that case, you got a few things to do. You could just leave it alone, okay? Or you can add a little more salt water to it and let it run for the full 7 days or the full 28 days. If the paper dissolves again, it's over, okay? Now, you can either leave it if the paper's there and just leave it there, or you can put more water in it, and that is it. Now, if the paper is there after the 7 or the 28 days, what are you going to do from there? So you can either let it dry out, which it probably already has, and then you can either burn it, because again, you're releasing whatever it is inside of you that is holding you back. You can either burn it, okay, safely, you guys, in a candle, in a white candle, or with matches. Catch the ashes safely, you guys, and then go outside and blow it out to the universe, okay? This is also good during a waning moon because you're releasing whatever it is you no longer want, okay? So you can go out there and blow it out to the universe, or you can actually kick up some dirt with your feet and put it in there and let it go. Again, it is paper, so it's going to naturally dissolve wherever you put it. Either you burn it or you put it in the ground. It doesn't matter. You don't need a shovel. Just kick up a little bit of dirt with your heel and put it in there and let it go. Or you can take it, put it in a little plastic bag, and actually throw it in the garbage before the garbage man come, or drive it off somewhere and put it in a dumpster. It is up to you. The whole thing is that you're getting rid of whatever it is that could be holding you back so you can bring in that prosperity, okay? If you understand what I'm saying, give me that thumbs up. I see so many people here, and again, this is live, you guys. So this is basically everything, mistakes and everything right here for you, okay? So that there's no mistakes. So now, what are some of the questions people ask, okay? Again, I already addressed how long to do this. 24 hours, 7 days, or 28 days. It's up to you. I already addressed what happens if the paper dissolves. It's over at that point, okay? Can I refill the water? Absolutely, if you want to do it for the 7 or the 28 days. What kind of salt? We already addressed that. I use sea salt. Sea salt is used for cleansing, everyone. But if you don't have sea salt, you can use table salt, but it has to be the purest. But for me, basically, it's sea salt. Again, the main thing is setting the intent and working from within. Okay? Now, what kind of container can you use? Some people have a problem of leaving it out like this. It is okay if you use something like this, okay? And put your name in something like this. My whole thing is I really want you to be able to see whatever it is that you're putting in it, okay? So the paper can go in this. And if you use something like this, after it's over, pour out the water and take the paper out, and you can wash this and use it again for your juice or whatever you're using it for. Again, we're setting the intent. Another thing you can use is something like this. I love this, okay? I got this from one of the dollar stores, and I think this is fantastic, where you can actually take the top off, put it in here, almost like a genie bottle, and seal it back up, okay? This is simple. You could put the water in, the salt water in here, and you could put the note in here, and that is it. And put it somewhere where people just think it's just a bottle. But the note is in here, and every day you can hold it in your hand, and you can just make your statement. You can place it in a mason jar, whatever, a little mason jar for $1. These are the things you can do. Feel free. Have fun with this, you guys. This is not something that should be a challenge. This should not be something that's holding you back or making you feel stressed. The next thing is, can you do the ritual for someone else? Can you do the ritual for someone else? Okay, I don't know if I lost everybody, but can you do the ritual for someone else? Okay, so yes, you can, but remember, this is an inner journey, everyone. A journey where you yourself are working on clearing out whatever's inside of you. So it is important that each person do this for themselves, okay? But if you want to, it will not hurt if you do this for other people. Do I use my maiden name or married name? I use the name that you are using right now that identifies you. And again, I already told you what to write on the paper. Again, this is for cleansing and releasing. So you really want to do this so that you yourself are cleansing whatever it is. Like you could say something like, I release all barriers, I release all obstacles, I release all obstacles so financial abundance or love can come into my life. And that's how we want this to be done. Okay? So now I just gave you guys a live demonstration of put your name in sea salt water. And again, I already answered most of the common questions. This is beautiful. I'll be doing this all the time. Much love to you all, and signing out.